You know, I just read an article written by a stalking boss, and it was really disturbing because this particular boss admitted that they had a problem. You know, they were very obsessed and they couldn't get enough of one of their female employees. And so they found themselves going through her inbox. They guessed her password or something, and so they found themselves consistently throughout the day going through this person's email, reading all of their emails, right, in and out. And you know, maybe during the day at work they would invite the person to dinner or something, and then they would go back and check the email to see if they communicated with any of their friends about this boss or what was said about him. And you know, he was obsessed with this woman. He said he had just gone through a divorce or something, and he was depressed. So I always say that these stalking behaviors, you know, are clinical. You know, they're very narcissistic in some ways, but in other ways they're just outright crazy. Now, I had a situation some years back when I used to have a boss who would like do evaluations with me and stuff like that. We would do little things like that. And they would always offer their computer. If we were in their office or something, I would have to use their computer or something. And so they would stand over me while I was typing in, you know, my passwords or something like that. And just the way that they would behave when I was doing it, it just made me very uncomfortable. So I always found myself, you know, traveling to the help desk or something and having it reset. Because you don't want anybody going into your, and this is the reason why I'm saying this, folks. You know, you never know who you're dealing with. I always tell you guys to always be aware, consciously aware of who you're dealing with at all times. Because that stalker boss, man or woman, literally could be purging through your email every day, through your emails, and trying to, you know, gain some type of understanding of what you do in your life and who you are. Not for the job, not relative to anything employment wise, but just because they're obsessed with you. You know, it's not too far of a stretch for me, because I've seen these same types of bosses that I would imagine would do this type of thing. I've seen them and heard about stories where they would, you know, follow employees, wait outside the bathroom, you know, when they were having lunch, sit across from them at a table and just stare at them. Maybe this boss, it could be something sexual. Maybe they're physically attracted to this person. The problem I'm having, though, folks, is that these types of people are allowed to be your boss. Clearly, this person has psychological problems. Clearly. You know, how far does this go? You know, would that same guy be willing to break into this woman's home and rape her and kill her or something? You know? See, you guys are not thinking about why paying attention to crazy people is important. It's not a matter of just ignoring them. They're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about and all that stuff. Yeah, we get that. But there are some other things that you really need to focus on. Your safety, right? You know? And when people intrude in your personal space, you know, that's a red flag right there. For any of you who have bosses who ask the wrong questions or always find them digging or probing into something that's involving you and your personal affairs, you know, if they see you talking to a coworker too much, right, they may inquire about why you're talking to her. They may even formally call you in the office and berate you about the time you're spending with this coworker, when it's just pretty much a lunch break, just like everyone else in the building is doing when y'all have lunch breaks. And you just wonder, what is going on with this person? Why do they care so much? Because they're obsessed. And this is the smoking gun for me. When I read that article, I was blown away, because I could not believe, you know, that someone is several pay grades above another person on these jobs, and they're allowed to do this stuff. They're getting paid pretty much to do all of the dysfunctional things that crazy people tend to do. And no one is focused enough or cares enough in general to stop it, or, you know, to oversight or something. And none of this stuff. So, you know, it makes you just, I'm troubled. I know women out there, you probably are really creeped out by this, by hearing about this. But yes, narcissistic bosses do stalk when they make you a target. And it could be for various reasons. It could be just to show you who's boss on the job and who has the control. Or it could literally be something more, you know, psychotic. It could be more about that obsession I was talking about. You know, if you wouldn't tolerate this type of behavior from a complete stranger on the street, why would you tolerate it from your boss? The person who's going to give you that evaluation. So just imagine if they felt rejected by you, right? And, you know, they're checking your emails, they're stalking you and everything. What type of evaluation, you know, what level of promotion are you going to get doing evaluation? See how the conflict of interest is always there? You can tell me that you're going to be objective and fair, but if I'm desiring a coworker really badly and I have some authority over them, why wouldn't I use that? If I'm willing to go into their emails, you know, it's a question of ethics on the job, professionalism, all of those things. I'm willing to shatter and violate all of those rules for something I want, because I'm a narcissist, right? That's how narcissists think, and it's scary. It is really fucking scary. Doesn't matter if you're a man being stalked or a woman being stalked, right? In either case, you're dealing with someone who's completely unstable. And it could play out in many forms. You could look out your window one night and they're parked outside in your driveway or something. You know, not too far of a stretch. So I want you guys to, you know, pay attention to the people you work with, for one thing. Pay attention and look out for red flags that your boss may be more than just your boss. They could be a undercover serial killer or something. Anything. Right? Just pay attention to how they behave and the placements that they put themselves in when they try to engage you. How they try to make themselves look. How they conveniently find themselves waiting around in the bathroom when you show up to go to the bathroom. Every single time. And they're just doing whatever. You know. Or they're walking past you at your lunch table or something, and they're looking around like they're looking for someone. Then they sit right next to you. I mean, the table right beside you or something. And so you're not paying any mind to them until you look over and happen to notice that they're literally staring a hole, you know, in your face. Right? Because they want to know why you're sitting there, or who's going to sit with you, and they want to know all of these things. When you get to when you boil it down, though, because the people are scumbags and they're crazy and they have nothing to offer you, it's almost like, you know, a fool's errand to allow yourself to be sucked up into this game. You know, if I'm going to be a target, just let me be a target from afar, but you have to engage me. You have to butter me up and learn all of the things about me that you feel may be of some use when you want to break me down. You know, it's really troubling, folks. You know, I read that article, then I read it over again, and I was like, God, I've never heard of this stuff. Crazy. But I can believe it, though. I certainly can believe it. You folks going over to my website, thinkbehavior.info, pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. Great book. Like, share, and subscribe to the videos. Check out the book on Amazon as well. And you folks have a great day. And, you know, read as many materials as you can on this subject, on this stalking and the narcissistic games and all of the things, because those things will help you deal better with this person. You'll be much less resentful of these people, because you will understand that it's really about the chemical condition that they're suffering from in their own minds. Y'all have a nice day.